well, because
So the plan Z, just to make sure that I've understood correctly the analogy, the plan Z is the what potentially can go wrong.
the very, very worst case scenario.
Oh, okay.
Is that I, for example, in work, is that tomorrow I end up without work, without any income,
Okay.
nothing whatsoever. So knowing that from there I can find something, because really and truly, even if I manage to find something at a lowest level, for example, with a lowest income, it's better than zero.
Yeah.
So looking at the worst case scenario that I lose everything, for example, one can start building himself up.
All right.
And starting from zero, really and truly, it's not a zero, because my knowledge is there, my experience is there, my network is there. So if I don't do anything that wrong, that I hinder my experience, I don't see that something can't be possible.
Oh, you're very optimistic, and from where does it come from?
Well, I think that I have always been optimistic, but to strengthen that, looking back at my life, my bad experiences always led to better experiences. So it's like the stock market, for example. Sometimes it goes down, but really and truly after a bit it go up to the same level and better. So looking back at my life, I have always adapted my career life to my life. For example, as I said earlier, when I had the accident where I lost my left limb, of course, at first it wasn't nice, but it was a turning point. I went back to study, I enriched my career, and today see where I managed to achieve. And even, for example, the last change in my career, for example, I try to find a synergy between my personal life and my working career. When my life is going well, for example, you can take more risks, you can look at different alternatives, for example. But for example, last year I lost my father, and it was at a point that I needed stability in my life. So it was time for me to find a stable job, for example, to enrich my life. So I found stability. Now I can keep working on myself to develop further and be ready for future experiences.
What am I appreciating the most out of this conversation is that apart from your strength to adapt is the way you communicate with yourself. And so sort of I can see that you sort of reassure yourself, and I think when you speak to yourself you tend to soothe yourself and to make yourself believe that everything will be okay eventually.
Yes.
And apart from that is you're okay with feeling vulnerable with yourself, even in a tough situation, because you've been in a tough situation. I mean, losing a limb and even losing your father, it's not an easy thing to overcome, for sure. And but I can see that the way you're tackling is that by digging deep, but being realistic and objective as well. So, okay, I'm in the situation, but what can I do to get out of it?
Yeah. Well, sometimes if you keep looking at the bad things, you will keep drowning. So sometimes I heard a saying recently that the good thing when you hit rock bottom, for example, is that the farthest that you can go. I don't think that I ever arrived there to rock bottom, but it gives a perspective in life that things will always or can go better. And really and truly, these things help you to look forward in life. And even one thing that I keep at the back of my mind is that with everything that I do, I am giving pride to someone. For example, I'm giving pride to my parents, to my mother. When my mother hears that I got a new promotion, or even that I am being interviewed on television, she goes to the pharmacist and tell them, listen, Justin is going to be on the news. So
Yeah.
Even having that positive thing that I know that she's proud of what I've achieved. It's good to know because obviously they have made a lot of sacrifices to send me to good schools, for example. And these things are small blocks that help you build to the person that I am today, basically.
But it's taking the moment to feel grateful and appreciative of the things that you have as well, because sometimes we're too focused on the smaller picture, on the daily grind, that we sometimes don't spend time in reflecting on the things that we have or experienced in the past as well.
Yeah, and what else sometimes I went through this phase because sometimes you give a lot of importance of what other people think. Yeah. Even if really and truly they don't think. Sometimes it's just at the back of our mind.
Yes.
But being able to just do the things because you think that you need to do them without expecting judgment or awaiting what the judgment will be from other people, it gives you a green light to think outside the box, for example. And that also comes with another thing, because when I was younger, I used to go into different arguments, for example, I don't know, even on petty things. As you said, sometimes the small things takes a lot of focus. But today, I reached a place that if we're discussing and you tell me that this table is red, for example, and I tell you, no, it's brown, I will correct you 2 times. The third time, I will agree with you. And not go into, because in the end, I know that the result can't be changed. And these discussions, sometimes even with people that are close to you, friends, you end up going into arguments, and can be sports, politics, that really and truly you will end up arguing for an hour or more. But in the end, if I'm supporting Manchester United, for example, I will still support Manchester United. So the argument can only create stress and friction between us, and no one will benefit anything from it.